Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT. I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, this is the second kind of video I made in regards to this topic. I made one like 3 or 4 months ago. Can't remember exactly. It was about 3 or 4 months ago. Deontay Wilder shooting off at the mouth again, pretty much. Um, if you guys remember, I think it was in November or I'm gonna say October. I made a video about how Deontay Wilder was discrediting Mike Tyson's resume, disrespecting Mike Tyson. Um, so if you want to know how I feel about that whole situation, you can go look in the annotations here, or not annotations, the cards right here. They'll be right here in the video. I'll put them up there, or the link down below. Either way, you'll see the video. He basically like back then, like three or 4 months ago, he was talking about Mike Tyson's resume and how he didn't really beat any Hall of Famers. But then I made the point that hey, he didn't beat any Hall of Famers, but he fought Hall of Famers, and he also defended. He was youngest undisputed champion ever. Defended the lineal crown about 9 or 6 times, six or 9 times, something like that. And then on top of that, with Tyson, he beat Razor Roddick. Razor Roddick is probably a better fighter than anybody Wilder currently has in his resume. So that being said, man, I went on him about that, and he recently came out again talking about Mike Tyson. Here's what he said about Mike Tyson. He said, I quote, "Me versus Mike Tyson in 1986, I would kick the hell out of the guy. Listen, I've got to keep it real. I know people always go back to the old school, look at the new school, and there's no school where I'm not number one on earth." That's what he had to say in regard to that. Obviously, when you talk about the 86 version of Tyson, that's like the best version of the 86 to 88, probably the best version of Tyson, the one that was like had the one punch knockout power, had the top notch defense. He was an A-level fighter of the highest order around that time. And Deontay Wilder saying he beat that guy. Now, obviously, Wilder's 6'5", got one punch knockout power. Not a garbage fighter, but really hasn't beaten best caliber of fighter. He's been hurt by the likes of Eric Molina. So if the likes of Eric Molina hurt him, what do you think an 86 to 88 version of Tyson would do? I mean, he had problems up until about the 8th and 9th round fighting Arthur Spilka, and Arthur Spilka ain't the level of slick, nor does he hit as hard as Mike Tyson in 86 did. So he would get hurt really badly. I think he gets stopped inside of 3 rounds against the 86 to 88 version of Mike Tyson. And then so enough of what I think. Lennox Lewis, one of the greatest heavyweights of all time, he came out recently, not too long after Wilder made those remarks, and he pretty much checked Deontay Wilder. He said, I quote, "I just heard Deontay Wilder said he would destroy young Mike Tyson. My thoughts are that it's easy to talk until you actually get in the ring. I like Wilder, but he's never been in there with someone that ferocious who truly wants to break his ribs with every punch. I don't see it. I love his confidence. You need that to sit at the top of the heavyweight division. He's hungry and he shows up in probably the best shape in the division, but there's levels to it, and he's still adding to his arsenal. My best advice to the entire..." Yeah, okay, that's really it. Lennox Lewis pretty much just checking Deontay Wilder, like, look, bro, like, you're a good little fighter, but let's not get carried away. And I think he gets carried away too much, and I get it. You gotta have that confidence. So I'm glad he has the confidence to think he could destroy a 1986 version of Mike Tyson. I wish he had that same confidence when Dillian White offered him $4 million to go to the UK and fight. That would have made sense, And I hope he has the same confidence when he fights Luis Ortiz, and I hope he has the same confidence when it comes time to make a Joshua fight, because Wilder does a lot of talking, and he's got a nice resume. But right now, as far as I'm concerned, Deontay Wilder is a poor man's Michael Grant, the Michael Grant of this generation. And if you guys don't know who Michael Grant is, Michael Grant was a big 6'6", athletic, hard-punching heavyweight who amassed a large record against no-name opposition, and then when he stepped up against Lennox Lewis, got his ass whooped. And that's pretty much what Deontay Wilder is right now at this moment in time. And until proven otherwise, he will be the Michael Grant of this generation. I mean, I do like him. I do like watching him fight, but he's got to step it up. He's got to step it up, and he's got to show us something against top-level opposition. And he's got Luis Ortiz, and I think he will win the fight, but he's still got to go out there and do the job. So that's what it is. But Lennox Lewis checks Deontay Wilder for making ridiculous claims that he would knock out a 1986 version of Mike Tyson. Let me know what you guys think. Is there anybody out there in my whole, couple thousand subscribers who thinks that Deontay Wilder will knock out the 1986 version of Mike Tyson. And if you think that, please let me know why in the comments down below, because I'd like to hear from you guys. Subscribe if this is your first time seeing me. Like, share, do all that good stuff. And like I say in every video, man, my name is Brandon Taylor, and you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Danian. So until next time, take care, guys.